second. Does this mean that anybody who was born in Hawaii could never be president?
According to Donald Trump, that was what he's saying, because what is given in Hawaii and was given during the president's era when he was a little kid were live birth certificates. You know, that's right. What they issued. Yeah, the certificate of live birth in Hawaii. Right. That's what they give.
I'm still shocked that this is the issue that is being tossed around when there are so many other, in terms of economics, that we could be talking about.
He does talk about all that, too.
But this one, yes, he does. And in fairness, Donald Trump does talk about that. And he, you know, makes a great living, and that's great. And we've had him here, and he's fantastic when he's here. However, I think that this is the issue that takes precedence. I also find it interesting, dare I say, that if you were accusing someone of withholding some sort of information, then you cannot yourself withhold information. So if you have found something, then why are you withholding it from us if it's that important?
For the finale of Celebrity Apprentice.
There's no good reason. I don't understand.
I called George Stephanopoulos, by the way, as an interviewer. I have never seen anyone before. Donald, you got the chutzpah of the world.
He does.
Who says, you've been called. Next question. I don't want to answer. Next, none of your business. You're an interviewer. Okay. So I called George. I said, so, you know, what did you think? And George said, after talking to him, I think he's more serious than ever. But he said he will face a lot of criticism, especially from Republicans, if he doesn't answer questions about what his investigation into Obama's birth certificate has uncovered. He says, I sent investigators. What did you find out? None of your business.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But
he also says we should seize oil fields in Libya. What is he going to send in Gary Busey? I mean, how, and maybe Meatloaf and the two of them. I mean, how is he supposed to do that?
Well, and that was one of the questions that George asked him. Because he said, we should go in and take them. And George said, how?
Oh, but
how do you just go in? You know, I would go look, I would talk to them. Yeah.
He said, you and I do it to each other. I would look them right in the eye. Right? That's really going to scare them.
Well, he does seem to have some sort of convincing
power.
We're
still talking about him.
Well, because he's running very close to Romney as a front runner in the Republican ticket. You can't deny that.
Well, he's not on the Republican ticket yet, let's be clear.
But for people who would vote, likely voters in the Republican Party say they would vote for him in the same numbers as they would vote for Romney.
Is he going to release all his financial statements?
Well, I think I read that he wouldn't release his tax returns, but maybe you don't have to do that when you're running for president.
Actually, you do. You have to give them all the information that's there. And I also think it's very odd that you would question how this process is done by sort of saying, you know, everybody who believes that that birth certificate is legitimate is been co-opted. Does that mean that people who make sure that everyone who's running is an American citizen has been co-opted?
Well, I mean, look at me. I'm not. I would be in that co-opted category, too, because I do believe he was born here. And I think you're putting, as a candidate, if you are indeed a potential candidate, you're really putting all of your eggs in one basket, because once someone finds out that he actually is, which he is, born in this country.
As Joy said, does that mean everybody?
Well, the mere fact that there is a question that the state is not part of the United States, I find insane.
I know. Well, it's been many years.
Because Hawaii's been, I mean...
I think it was, what was it, 1950
It was a state. Yeah. There you go. That's what happens when you don't graduate from high school. We'll be right back with more